And I look up to these two guys. Genuinely, I do, because they've been working in the industry.
He still does. He still does.
I still do. Look at me. I'm still looking up to Salman. So I look up to them, honestly, because the kind of ups and downs and the work they've done, starting from scratch and having worked their way up to this, these people are aspirational and inspirational. And somewhere I feel really, really thankful that I have the opportunity to sit on the same forum, same stage, and the same house and chat with them. So if we are able to get together for a film, which we discussed a lot of times, we just need to make sure it does not let anyone down.
So Shah Rukh has this one thing, keeps on saying it over and over again, that I want him to say that here. Try and say that here. That nobody can afford us three in a film together. Say it.
I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it in Saudi, because everybody will get up and say, "Habibi, Habibi, done." No, we joke. We joke because the affordability is not just the money. The affordability is the kind of timings we follow for work. We're very hardworking. We do come on time, but we have our own eccentricities. We've been working for too long, so can anyone afford those eccentricities? You know, I'll also tell you, when we are working together, we start laughing and joking so much. I'm sure any director, producer, and writer will, can you start working now, guys? Please, can we stop joking about and all? So I think there's a lot of goodness we three share. There's a lot of goodness we need to tell a story with. And one fine day, the three of us will be in a place where somebody takes on all the eccentricities and says, come on, three of you work together and have a good time, inshallah.
Now, when we three work together, the hero, the star of the project, is not going to be Shah Rukh, Aamir, or me. It's going to be the script, and the script itself. That's it.
That's nice. But I can see you guys doing comedy together, action together, drama together. Like, the world is your oyster. So I feel like today is maybe like a day that's special, where something's going to be born, hopefully.
Aamir.
What?
Come in.
Are you with us?
Sorry.
He's already zoned out. He's spaced out.
Okay, so what can we do to bring back your attention?
No,
what do you want to talk about?
No, he's stuck on the third question.
Okay.
What?
He'll answer you from the third question now. He's understood the third question and he'll come back. He's been thinking very hard.
The third question was, why are you also producing as well? I think that was the third question. Do you want to answer that one?
When can we all come together?
No, I missed that. What were you asking?
When can we all come together?
Oh, when can we
do a film?
I think emotionally all three of us are ready to do a film together. It's just a matter of coming across the right script. So hopefully, as Salman said, it'll be the script that's most important for all three of us, I guess. And once it's a good story, which all three of us like, then I think, hopefully, if it's a well-made
the rest
film,
of the things don't matter now.
it's always a story for me. Right from the beginning of my career, it's always been, as a kid, I've always loved listening to stories, as I'm sure you all do as well. So I remember when I was a kid, we used to, harass our cook, so that when she would finish cooking, then she would sit in the kitchen and then we would all gather around her. Her name was Naseem B, and she would tell us stories, And I loved listening to stories from childhood. I began reading at a very young age. At the age of 6, I began reading, so I got into stories. And then my father was a producer, so a lot of directors and writers would come to pitch
My
stories.
father used to come?
Yeah.
My father used to come to your father?
Yeah. So I've sat in from the age of 6 or 7 years till the age of 16, 17. Almost all the stories that my father heard, I heard. And to begin with, Shah, I used to hide behind the curtain because my father was very hot-tempered, so I was scared that he might get upset with me. So I used to hide behind the curtain. And then he got to know that I'm listening to his stories, so he brought me in front. And I think today when I look back, I realized that was my training ground. I never imagined I would be in the films at that time. But just hearing stories and hearing the analysis of a story from people who are in the field, writers, directors, that taught me a lot as I was growing up. It was like a Gurukul, like we have in India. The Gurukul style of learning is probably what I went through, Also, because of films were being made, my father and uncle were both filmmakers. We've seen films evolve from the story to the prep to the way, 6 reels have been shot, 8 reels have been shot. And we've seen screenings of our films which our parents have made. So that entire process was a big learning, I think, for me during my childhood.
And since my father is a scriptwriter, so we used to do this every day at home.
Yeah. And in fact, Salim Saab and Javed Saab, Salman's father, Salim Saab, the two of them were the most successful writers that India has ever seen. I think they wrote 22 scripts together.
Yes.
Out of which 18 are super hits. I mean, what a track record here. Yeah.
So what advice would you have for the next generation of actors that's coming up now in a very different world?
You know, I
You first
think
started.
three of us will need advice from the young actors because they are so good. Have you seen the young actors that are doing their first film? Amazing. I think the young guys don't need any advice from us. We need advice from them. In their first film,
In
they're
fact,
doing
if we
such
do
good
give
work.
you advice, don't follow.
No, I feel
do
that the
just the
younger
opposite.
generation, I feel the younger generation is 10 steps ahead of us. I'm certain about that because the quality of work that young actors are doing, actors, actresses, writers, amazing stuff. So I get really inspired to watch young people work. I mean, if you see Lapata Ladies, they're all new actors here. And when I saw the
No,
first
see,
cut,
they
I
have
was
this
zapped.
huge
क्या acting किया
advantage
यार?
over.
है ना?
They have this whole advantage over us because when we were growing up, we didn't have CCTV cameras, we didn't have phones with
Yeah.
cameras.
Yeah.
These kids are making, they're not camera conscious at all. You know, they're just very free.
They've
in
grown
front
up with cameras around
in
them,
front
yeah.
because they're facing the camera all the time. From their phones to, I mean, you walk into a supermarket and you know that the cameras are following you all the time. We didn't have all that stuff. So the first time when we faced the camera and the camera went, grrrr, you know that Harry?
Harry
We used to
too.
like get nervous. And because of that, we used to go into a take, another take, another take. That sound used to distract us. But now, today, the equipment is so amazing. And this everywhere is cameras. So the younger generation, they don't have the fear at all. Like how now Aryan made a web show, Bads of Bollywood. And it's done really, really well. So now his upbringing is the same. But he didn't want to, I had to rather have him in front of the camera and supersede his father. And like I said earlier, Aryan will be the only person he'll be happy with if Aryan supersedes him.
Or if Salman has a son, then I'd like him to be a biggest star ever in the history of mankind. So we are working on that. But I have a little advice for youngsters. Like Salman said, he's very right. All the youngsters are now very video literate. Cameras are on their faces, in their hands, everywhere around. And I think, yes, it has helped Aryan and all the youngsters now who are coming as actors or directors or storytellers because they're so used to cameras being around. Like Salman said, when we started with that ID2C camera, we used to get scared. The sound, you had to talk over it. There was no sync sound. It was very, very difficult. But I think there are two parts to being a creative person. One is the art, one is the craft. And the craft is now very easily available because of technology. It's in your hands. But within all that, do not let your art go. And what is art? Art has to be the innocence, which Salman Khan has retained over the years. What Aamir Khan has retained over the years. Hopefully I can retain over the years. The innocence of just wanting to tell a story in the simplest form, like he heard from his father, like he's heard from my father. I'm sure growing up, I heard from my father and mother. So I think if you are able to keep it simple, don't get carried away by the craft, by the social media, by the peripherals of telling a story, which are very many. Marketing, publicity, wanting to be a star, being in a cover of a magazine. There are lots of noise around. If you're able to take the craft, learn it, but don't let the craft take over the art that you have. And the art is the heart. That's all you have. You have to feel from within.
Wow, the art is the heart.
And let me tell you, we are on a forum where we'll be very honest about it. There are days when we get it wrong. We also know it. It's gone wrong. We couldn't do better than what we wanted to do. We go back home, even now, and sit back and say, hey, I could have done that. Can I ask for one more take? We think that way. And we also feel very sad when all of it goes wrong. But wake up in the morning and feel that we have to get back to what we know best, which is just basic storytelling. And it is very touching to hear that these two wonderful superstars, not only of our country, but of the world, have just grown up and decided to tell stories because their father used to tell them stories. So it's as simple as that. The stories that you hear at home from your family are the ones you want to tell outside And that simplicity is the art. So please retain that. Work hard. Bad days, good days. Just keep working hard.
Shah Rukh, have you seen that? क्या किया था अभी वो Netflix पे? You and Junaid?
Junaid and me. Oh, we did an ad. That ad you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. So he.
वो
did-
अंदाज़ अपना का scene
yeah,
हमने किया था,
yeah.
Junaid and me.
So I called him up, and there was a scene that they recreated of Andaz Apna Apna, and Junaid has done it so well, so well.
Yeah.
I called him up. I said, Junaid is fantastic in this. So now, being Aamir's son, okay, he's grown up. I mean, I used to carry him in my arms, both their children. Now I'm working on my own, but that's besides the point. But fantastic. I called him up and I said, you know what job you guys have done on that. So it was a promotion for your YouTube channel.
That's right.
That it was an amazing, amazing job.
Thank you so much, guys. I think we are nearly out of time. I think I could have spent a lot more time here with you guys, but in a nutshell, is there anything you can summarize in maybe one phrase? What's going to be the future of Bollywood, and what do you envision it with this myriad of cultures coming together?
I think more than talking about Hindi film industry, Bollywood, South Indian film industry, the three of us would like to stand together and thank Saudi for giving us this opportunity.
Let's go.
And thank you, Razan, for looking
Thank
after
you
us.
so much, guys.
And let's call it, and let's not call it Bollywood anymore. Let's call it the Hindi film
Hindi
industry.
film industry. And we'd like to thank the whole of Saudi for having the three of us here.
Give it
Thank you
up.
so much. Thank you for all the love and respect. Thank you.
The three of us have had more fun being together than you've had listening to us, I'm sure. So God bless you. And inshallah, we'll be here more often and make films together with Saudi, with India, for the rest of the world.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you so much. You guys were great.